Alright guys, today I'll be showing you a really impressive card trick that David Blaine performed on The Tonight Show. And it's not that hard to perform, and I'll show you what it looks like right now. So, go ahead, you just saw I cut up the deck, everything's random, and I'll just deal 10 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That is clearly 10 cards. It could have gone more, it could have gone less, but 10 is a pretty even number to start at. So if you don't believe that this is actually 10 cards, we can go ahead and go Ace of Spades to the bottom. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that is 10 cards, and I'm just going to put this underneath my card box. This would go in the spectator's hands if I had a spectator. So now I just want you, we need a card, so go ahead and tell me when to stop. Right there? Perfect. Right there is your card. And that would be the 3 of diamonds. Now we don't really care about the suit, but the 3 means a lot. So we're going to go ahead and use that 3. What we're going to do is we're going to take 3 cards and put it into that pile. Ready? Watch. I don't know if you saw it, but 3 cards jumped out of the deck into this pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We started with 10 cards, and now we have 1, 2, 3 extra cards because of the 3 that we selected. Now that is pretty crazy, and I don't know, should we do it again? I say we do it again. So right now we have those 10 cards and these 3 cards. So we'll go ahead and just put those back. So there's 13. This goes back in the spectator's hands. And we need another number, so go ahead and tell me when to stop. Right there. Perfect. And 7. 7 of spades. So now what we're going to do, we are going to take 7 cards from the deck and put them into there. Ready? Watch. 1, 2, 3. And I don't know if you saw it happen, but as you can see, my deck is now smaller. And there's now 7 more cards. Don't believe me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 that we started with. Plus our first card, the 1, 2, 3 of diamonds. Plus the 7 extra cards. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So that's what the trick looks like, and now I'll show you how it's done. Alright guys, this trick is not that hard to perform. It takes a little bit of practice. Now, I do want to say before I start the tutorial that that performance was not great. For the sole reason that when I palmed those cards off, it was very obvious because I would normally do that while the spectator was counting those cards. So just have that in mind. I know it wasn't a great performance, so let's just go ahead and get started. So the setup for this trick is you're going to need 2 numbers. I use a 7 and a 3. So go ahead and get a 7 and a 3 if you want to follow along. Once you know how to do it, it's easy to switch up the cards. And all you're going to do is you're going to take 13 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 cards. And after these 13 cards, you're going to put the 3. So it's important that you put the 13 cards, then the 3. And then you deal out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then put the 7 underneath those. And then you put the 7 with the 7 underneath on top. And then the 13 with the 3 on the bottom on top of that. You can do any false shuffles or false cuts that you want. It is up to you. And from here, you do what I do until a certain point. So you're going to deal out 10 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And what you need to do is while they are misdirected on those cards, you need to get a pinky break under the top 3 cards. So the way I do this is while they're counting it, I just kind of push them over and get a pinky break. You just take all 3 of them, push, and then you just shove your pinky in before you close it all. So once you have the pinky break, you're going to take all these cards, and without mentioning the names of them, you're going to flip over so that it's face up, put it on top of this, and grab all the cards from the break. So now you have 10 cards plus 3 face down cards. And from here you do, I forget the name of it, you take one card, put it on the bottom opposite way. And what this is going to do is as you count them, you're going to count to 10 every time you put a card down. And you're going to stop at 10 because the 3 face down cards were already face down. So once you get to 10, it will stop at 10 when you actually have 13 cards in your hand. This goes in the spectator's hands. And so right now your setup is you have a 3 on the top, 7 cards, and then a 7. So you're going to do a force, any force you want that's going to keep the cards underneath. I have a tutorial for the slip force, the riffle slip force. I will link that in the description. Go ahead and check that out. It's the best force for beginners. You go ahead and riffle with your thumb. You put your middle ring and pinky on there, and your thumb riffles down the edge until they say stop. And essentially what you're doing is you're pinching here so that the top card stays down. So you pull up from wherever they say stop, you push it out about halfway, and then drop it, the rest of the pack. And then you pull out the 3, and you say, look, 3 cards are going to jump. So you say, and what David Blaine did in his performance, he put the 3 away. He said, look, 3 cards just jumped. But what he does, he says, look, I'm going to make 3 cards jump. And they say, when you pull them out of your pocket, you're going to count them like 1, 2, 3, 4, and etc. And what he does is he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then he grabs them all back up, but gets a pinky break underneath it. So he's all set up for the next part. So while they're counting them, they count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As soon as they get to 10, you stop them. And what you do is you say, look, we have 3 here. And before you do that, you palm off the 7 cards that were on top of the deck. And you say, look, we have 3 here. And then when you go to the 10, you just drop all the 7 on there. So that now there's 17 cards in this pile. And you say, look, and now there's 3 extra cards. So you palm the 7 cards off and put them on the 10 pile. Then you say, okay, look, let's do this again. You take all those cards and immediately tell them to put it to their pocket or in their hands. Immediately. It's very important that they don't count again. From here, you're just going to do another force. The 7 should be on the top. And do another slip force or whatever force you like. You say, look, you selected a 7. And then you do whatever magical gesture you want. 7 cards. Jump over here. And they can deal them out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I like to say, look, there's the 10 we started with, plus 1, 2, 3. And now look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So that is the trick. I will link you to the slip force in the description. Go ahead and check that out. That is probably the best force for beginners. Please like, comment, and subscribe because that really does help me. I know a lot of people say that, but it really does help me. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.